Is up, Philadelphia, and welcome to another episode of the Chief Seats live from the Xfinity Lounge. Welcome to a 1-0 episode. I'm feeling pretty good. 1-0, dropped the banner, beat the Cowboys, right? We're feeling pretty good, right? Right? Everybody's feeling good, right? Right? Listen, guys, I'm going to start off this show exactly the way I ended last show with talking about the predictions. Listen, I knew the Birds were going to win. They were dropping an L to the Dallas Cowboys on banner night. But listen, okay. It may not be as pretty as you and I wanted it to be. And it certainly wasn't. There was a lot of positives. There was a lot of negatives. But nevertheless, you have to understand that this team has earned the benefit of the doubt of not necessarily what you see on week 1 is what you're going to see on week 2, 3, 4, 5. You're not going to see the finished product of this team until probably about week 4 or 5. And then you'll understand and digest exactly what we're dealing with the 2025 season. Evidence can be seen like that clearly through the absolute monster amount of people that the Eagles have brought in, people that the Eagles have signed, people off the street. Howie Roseman's still making moves. That's the good news. The bad news is, okay, we still feel the need to make moves. We're going to get into all of that recap of the game. Looking forward to the NFL, talking about our Birds, but I want to start from 1 to 3 today. 1 to 3 this week. Mr. Black Gritty, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. You still can't count, but I appreciate the effort and the small gesture coming to me first. Philadelphia Eagles are 1-0, and they're about to be 2-0, so life is good. Everything that everybody's worried about, you shouldn't be worried about. Everything that everybody's worried about, they should not be worried about. It's super early. Howie's making moves. Why did you get a running back? I'm like, are you what? Did you not see Shipley get dinged up and not come back in the game? Dylan's got a neck injury. You don't want to be stuck in between. Howie make a move. That's foresight. You know, that's hedging your bets. You know, AJ was out with the hamstring. Why do you get another wide receiver? I mean, there's reasons for all this. You know, Wilson goes down with that injury, so you don't have him in there. So Howie's always trying to think ahead with the little minor things. And if he's not going out and got another cornerback, like if I hear one more person, can we go to Sante Samuel Jr.? Why doesn't anybody? He was free and available. Howie went out there and traded away draft picks to get him. Obviously, there's something different. And I'm like, he's injured. I just wish people would just calm down and enjoy the 1-0 Philadelphia Eagles over the Dallas Cowboys and watching Jerry Jones cry in his skybox.
Jason Ashworth, how are you, buddy?
Good, man. Like you said, it's 1-0.
Yeah.
It's 1-0 through 1 week of football. We're 1-0.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, and you're 1-0 minus your best player, which changed everything that you did on defense. Best player defensively.
Yeah.
That changes everything you did on defense. So before they took a defensive snap, Jalen Carter was out of the game. You had a long weather delay, which slowed everything up in the second half. Things got mundane. Guys were tired. It's week 1. I don't care if you're the defending Super Bowl champions or not. There's going to be things that they have to figure out. There's going to be rhythm and tempo, and it's a new OC, albeit he's got some familiarity, obviously, with the offense. Last year, we were bitching and moaning at week 4 and week 5. And then by the end of the year, we were saying it's the best team that we've seen in Eagles history.
Eagles history.
So it's like, it's all I cared about, legitimately. The only thing I cared about coming out of week 1 was get the win. They got the win. The rest we'll figure out. And as you said, Howie's in the process of doing that right now.
And you're hearing all these Cowboys fans like, well, I've CD caught this, well, I've CD caught that. Like, listen, you have to understand, Cowboys fans, you were our preseason. You were our warm-up. You were the appetizer. These guys have been throughout training camp, but they haven't taken the field together as a complete unit. You guys were the warm-up. Like, we're working out the kinks against your lousy-ass team. Now, I will say, Like I don't want to the viewing audience. I don't want to sit here and go, well, it's all sunshine and rainbows, and that there's no reason to worry and everything like that. Because I got to admit, like seeing Howie bringing all these guys and working out all these guys, Quez Watkins in the mix. What the hell is that about? And everything like that. Like it's a little unusual, right? It's not unusual to see Howie trade for a Bradbury. Like right before the season. It's not unusual to see, hashtag Howie season, to see him bring in Chauncey Gardner-Johnson right before the season. But post week 1, to be working out and bringing in all these guys, I understand why that sets up a lot of red flags. I have to give them the benefit of doubt in this. We already know that Howie Roseman is like playing chess, not checkers, and he's 10 moves ahead of the game. Hence the reason why the league wants to come down on the Eagles on the way he manipulates the salary cap, right? Manipulating the salary cap. We got to stop those Eagles. That's because Howie Roseman has the foresight. I wonder, and then there was a foresight with like the comp picks, right? Mm-hmm. Waiting till after that date. Listen, we're really trying not to sign anybody until after that magical date in May where it doesn't mess up our comp pick structure. That's going to be another thing that Howie Roseman events that eventually the league's going to look at. I wonder if this isn't just another evolution in the Howie Roseman chestnut checkers game where it's like, listen, right before the season, hell, even after week 1, we know you all are adjusting your rosters. We're going to sift through this heap of players that you discarded, not calling them trash, but this garbage heap of players that people discarded and or don't want, and try to trade a bunch of late round draft picks because we got more of them than we know what to do with, and just try to fill out the back end of the roster.
I mean, maybe, but to his point, like when you talk about like a 5th and a 6th that they gave up for Tank Bigsby, right? I don't view that. A lot of people were saying, like, running back. What are you targeting running back for, right? When we clearly know there's a need at CB2 or whatever position you want. Well, the reason is, to your point, Shipley's out 6 to 12 weeks. We don't know. It's a fractured rib. Right. And we just lost our fullback, too. By the way, for the season, which changes a lot of what they do on offense. And, by the way, Bigsby's a pretty damn good running back. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but he's actually a good running back. And if we know anything about Howie likes value. Mm-hmm. So to your point, yeah, maybe he wants to sit here and try to buck a system or just go about things a little differently or more nuanced. But I think really to BG's point, I mean, it's just Howie being Howie, finding value. Needed a running back. Pay attention to the roster. No, I don't want to lean on just Saquon and then Dylan because we know Dylan's one knock away from being done. And then what are your running back options? So I think Howie is just being Howie. And when I say that, I mean, he's just being smart. He's reading the market. He's seeing who's available. He's got assets and capital. And he's going to go make a move if it makes sense for the team, whether that be a position I've identified, you've identified, or anyone else has identified.
So your conjecture where you started from, I want to circle back to where you started from. Dallas Cowboys fans crying about CeeDee Lamb dropping the ball, which he's one of the most droppingest receivers we have in this league. As good as he is in the slot, he's not number one. He's a slot, but he drops the ball all the time. I don't understand why people cry about him dropping 2 big passes after Quinyon Mitchell dropped that interception that was in his hands. If he would have caught that interception, the game was over. The 2 drops wouldn't have mattered because the drive would have been over. Dak trying to push it down the field wouldn't have mattered. And then on top of that, one last thing about CeeDee dropping those balls. Dak Prescott, do you have any other wide receivers? Do you still have a tight end? Do you have a check down? All you need is a first down. He locks in on one guy and throws to him over and over and over again. And it's like, see, Dak outplayed Hurts. Look, he had 188 yards and threw for no touchdowns. So what are we talking about? It's so weird to me when people are like, if CeeDee would have caught that ball, y'all would have lost. I'm like, yeah, and if my guy, because we don't cry like that. If my guy would have caught the interception, you would have had 3 more opportunities. And if Dak could see another wide receiver, you might have got a first down and continue your drive. But if was a 5th.
The woulda, coulda, shoulda, if game, like that's loser energy, right? The reality is, I mean, if Jalen Carter didn't spit on Dak, wouldn't have been a game, but he did. So that is what it is. If CeeDee would have caught the ball, if Quinyon would have caught the ball, if Jeffrey Lurie was your owner, maybe you'd have a championship, but he isn't, and you don't. Like this whole woulda, coulda, shoulda stuff. That to me, that's just big loser energy. I don't partake in those conversations.
Well, the benefit of doing last week's show on a Wednesday, right before we partayed at Live Casino, which BG was there good time, right? Good time was
Living
had
the
by
life.
all.
Good people.
The benefit of doing it last week is that the game was on Thursday. The
Mm-hmm.
bad part about doing this show on a Wednesday is it's been damn near an entire week, and
No one cares.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
what it is. No one
about
cares
the entire-
anymore.
But I mean, we're dismissed if we're not exactly mentioning it or getting some thoughts on it. So BG, I'll start with you. Jalen Carter, the whole Spitgate thing. The punishment has come down, which is really no punishment. Fined his game check. Him not even playing a snap was his suspension. Just what are your thoughts on it? The punishment that was handed down. What do you think?
Man, I had such a good prop. I guess I'm going to have to say it for next week. It's out there in the living room. But anyway, he got baited. At first, I was annoyed. But Dak did what he did. He played him. He fell for it. There's nothing worse you could do than spit on a player. I'm like, I've seen dudes stomp on dudes' balls. I've seen a whole lot of things I don't even want to talk about that are just as bad when people act like it's murder. I mean, yes, it was bad, but it's not that bad. Stephen A. Smith. He should have been suspended multiple. Well, thank God you're not in the NFL league office. He got suspended a game. That's more than what usually happens. Usually it's just a fine.
Right.
So he got kicked out of the game immediately, served his time. I'm going to tell everybody who's really upset about it. All I've heard for the last, what? When the last time? How many years ago we went to Super Bowl? Like that was 6 years, 7 years?
What do you mean?
The first Super Bowl.
17?
17
Yeah,
years.
18 technically.
Yeah, so it's like 7 years. Yeah, 7 years.
Don't ask the guy that doesn't do
yeah.
no math.
7 years.
Yeah.
All I hear all the time is, hungry dogs, we're the dogs, underdogs. Well, don't get mad when your dog bites you, bro. All I hear is all this dog mentality. Sometimes the dog is off the chain. You got to run. And Carter is the dog off the chain. And I say it every time somebody brings it up. I watched the San Francisco 49ers come in here and punk everybody on the Philadelphia Eagles team. If Carter would have been on that field, I'm not saying he to spit on nobody, but I know that Black Force Air Force One energy wouldn't have went down around here. So it is what it is.
I said it earlier in the week. Like I don't condone it, right? I'm not sitting here saying like, oh yeah, go spit on another dude. It's highly disrespectful. Like let's not. It is. It's just completely disrespectful. But that ain't the worst thing that happens on a football field. Like in fairness, I'd tell you that probably happens more than we realize. Now, Jalen Carter, he did it on national television. The camera was on him right in front of the ref. Probably wasn't a good look for him. Anybody have any idea what goes on at the bottom of a pile? I'm pretty sure you have no idea what's said, what's done, and it's a lot worse than getting your jersey spit on. So, and I don't say that to condone it. I just say it ain't the worst thing in the world. And on top of that, just to your point with, hey, look, you ain't getting away with that stuff here, right? I may not condone it, but I understand it just a little bit. Like if Dak is going to pull that card, step out, and I'm Jalen Carter and I am that dog, you're going to spit at me? Dog, you're going to spit at me?
Yeah.
No. You want to start it? All right, I'm going to finish it. I'm going to give you what you wanted. Now, granted, he was baited. He needs to be more mature. He can't be so selfish. I understand and agree with all that, but I understand it a little bit, just a little bit. And when you got that dog like you're talking about, sometimes that comes with the territory.
I thought it was very interesting when the punishment was handed down. There was a kind of, he was fined $57,222, which is his game check, no suspension. I didn't expect a suspension only because if I'm the Eagles, I'm now fighting back and appealing that and going, well, what are you doing for Dak? Because no, he didn't spit on somebody. And Dak's little mamsy-pamsy excuse of like, well, I spit all the time. I might spit 1,000 times during a game. I didn't want to spit on my offensive. Then spit down. Then put your head down and spit. All right? So
And don't give me the nod and the smile and the laugh.
yeah, because the
bro.
film was incriminating enough. So if I'm the Eagles and I get my guy gets suspended, I'm appealing and going, okay, you want to suspend my guy? What about Dak?
They won't do it.
Hence the reason why I don't think that's one of the layers as to why there wasn't
no
a suspension.
Yeah.
I did really find it interesting. There was a note that the Eagles worked out a deal with Drew Rosenhaus that the suspension would not, and this is as per Adam Schefter, would not affect guaranteed money in the contract or bonuses. I guarantee you that won't happen a second time. So they're going to talk to the agent and Carter and be like, hey, listen, you getting suspended, because if you don't think there was a clause in that contract and his rookie deal taking him with the off the field drama that he had, like, listen, you get yourself suspended, this is going to cost you not only game check, it might forfeit XYZ contract clauses. I guarantee there's language in there that now they're leveraging going, listen, you get a pass the first time. You get suspended again on some dumb shit. Like now it is going to affect now we are going to go after money. So let's play nice in the sandbox. I'm not going to sit in my soapbox and say, hey, you shouldn't have done it, disrespectful, not disrespectful, whatever. The only thing I'll say to Jalen Carter is you got to understand two things. There's the two most important people on the field in uniform. And I'm not talking about coaches on the sideline. And I'm not talking about Howie Roseman up in the box. Their names are Jalen and Jalen. You're the most important player on that defense, period. So you can have a dog in you, and I know sometimes the dog's going to bite. That's what you want. You want Jalen Carter. If I was in a dark alley, if I was in a bar fight, absolutely you want Jalen Carter on your side, right? But you have to understand and be mature enough to know what you actually mean to this team and what it means to have you on the field. You were so important to put yourself in that sort of predicament.
How old's Jalen Carter?
Young,
Right.
early. Yeah, I know.
And
I was an asshole when I was.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. And we can sit here as grown ass men and tell him, oh, you got to be mature and you got to be selfless and you got to do this and you got to do that. Because he does. He does. And he'll learn that. And this is part of that learning curve for him. This is part of that experience for him. Now, the leaders on the team are the ones that have to kind of put their arm around him and say, hey, I get it, but you got to like wrestle that thing in here, right? Yeah. Wrangle that thing in here a little bit. And he'll learn that. What you don't want to do is clip the wing, if you will, or snip the nuts, right? You got to make sure he's still that dog. He still has that energy. He just channels it in the right direction because when he is that dog, he's the best man on the field.
I've met Jalen Carter when he's in a good mood.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, and he's the nicest guy.
Yeah?
I've met Jalen Carter when he's in a bad mood. It's terrifying.
Right?
It's absolutely terrifying. Because that guy will ruin practice. I mean, that guy will. If he's in a bad mood, he just ruins practice. You're going to get an offensive lineman hurt.
Oh boy!
By continuing on like this. Like if he wants to shut down practice, he will. Any other thoughts on the Jalen Carter stuff, big dog?
Nope.
I
don't worry about people like that. I have a cousin who's like your height, and he watches wrestling. He listens to slow jams, and if I was like stuck in a foreign country. And 48 people had to disappear for me to get home, he'd be the person I called. And when you look at him, he's like, oh, it's a normal, regular guy. Like I said, he's just listening to slow jams all day, watching his wrestling. But he is scary. Yeah. And that's how Carter is. Like you said, he's walking around smiling half the time, everything's cool. But it's hard to reel people back in. It's not like he headbutted his teammate in the middle of the game or started fighting on the sideline with his teammate. Even when he was getting loud with his coach, heated stuff happens. He's not headbutting people like I saw in the Kansas City Chiefs game down in Brazil.
Right.
So, I mean,
that's kind of the point. Like, we see dumb stuff all the time.
Right.
Dumb stuff.
Right.
I saw a guy get hit with a helmet from another guy's helmet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like I said, when people say, there's nothing worse than that, I'm like, not for nothing. Spit on me for you hit me with my helmet that you just took off my head.
There's a lot of... Myles Garrett try to kill a dude with a helmet?
Duck Dynasty. It was Rudolph.
Yeah, Rudolph.
Mason Rudolph.
Yeah,
I knew it was an animal.
Swung the helmet right at him.
So,
I mean, there's more egregious thing. In the stadium, when we were at the game, we didn't know what happened. We were so focused on the injury, and then we hear just 98's ejected. And then, like, I'm on the visitor side, so I'm staring at the Cowboys sideline going, who's number 98? Because that guy clearly got ejected for hurting Ben. Or a dirty hit on back. You know, you see them all. You know, when you guys are on the broadcast, you're privy to stuff that we in the stands aren't privy to. And we in the stands are privy to stuff that you guys aren't privy to. So I keep watching the sidelines being like, what's with the Cowboys? Why aren't they kicking anyone off the field? And then on the corner of my eye, I see Jalen Carter walking off. I'm like, son of a, why? Yep. What did he do?
Which honestly really overshadowed a really big issue for the Eagles with Van Sumeren.
Yeah.
Because that changes completely everything that they probably, not everything, but a lot of what they wanted to do offensively. He was going to get his reps and snaps at fullback. They've been talking about it all season. They were really high on him coming into the season. And again, the dude, we talk about Sidney Brown and dudes that just can't stay healthy. Just another guy that you hear all these great things and what they want to do with him and such a great player and person and teammate, but just isn't built for NFL contact. just isn't built for, what? Go ahead. You always got to laugh at everything I say.
I do laugh at what you say. You talk about a fullback, And the offense, it changed what the offense is going to do?
You act like I made like I'm the guys having the interviews in the preseason and in camps talking about this dude. I'm not the one talking about it. The team's the one talking about it.
I feel like that's like lip service to John Ritchie when I hear Jeffrey Lurie talking to John Ritchie like, hey, we got a fullback now. I don't know. I don't know.
You're right. I was wrong.
I don't know.
Go ahead, change the topic. Let's get something Gritty agrees with.
Yeah, okay.
He was laughing too, by the way. Don't just put it on me laughing.
We're going to talk about a defensive end that we got, and we're going to talk about a defensive end that we didn't get, and would you got him if you had the opportunity to get him if you got him. You understand?
You want to start
Zadarius
with
Smith.
the no-gots or the gots?
The gots. Zadarius Smith.
So before you do that,
You start.
let's do our picks. I meant to say it before. Let's do our parlay picks real quick.
Parlay picks?
We're going to start doing parlay picks, guys. We're workshopping names for the parlay segment.
So what the concept that we have, because we're trying to sell some advertising, and in order to sell some advertising, we need we need like segments, right? We need bits.
Yeah.
That's how they do it.
We use the bits.
We need a bits, right?
We need the bits.
So we want to do this thing because your boy over here hit big this weekend on the parlays and stuff like that. Yeah, and I stink on ice with betting games. I am terrible. I put 200, well, usually it's 100. I put $100 in the account, and I see how long that baby is going to ride. I don't bet big. I mean, okay, to keep myself up and awake and engaged during a Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night, because your boy's getting old over here. I got kids. So, you start to fade in the third quarter just to keep me engaged and entertained. Three different bets hit on the Bills-Ravens, which, by the way.
Everything hit on that.
Woof.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. But so we want to do like hey, listen, if you're going to put a little bit of money down on a 3-game parlay, you get 1 game from each of the boys. And I'm going to have the people in the chat. I see Nando, I see Lauren, I see other people in the chat. We're either going to call it the 1-2-1-2-3 parlay bet, running off the jokes of that there's 3 of us, but it usually goes 1-2 or 1-2-3, or maybe just 1 for a while. Sometimes 3 is not in a good mood. Sometimes 3 is locked and loaded and ready. Or the cheap seats, cheap bets. Or we're going to let you guys workshop it, figure out a name in the chat there. If you got any good suggestions, throw it at us. But we're going to pick 3 games.
Asterisks, bet at your own risk. He's already said he's a bad gambler. Yeah. I'm a terrible gambler, so don't listen to me. I don't know. Can you make scratch?
Yeah, I make money sometimes.
Do you? Yeah, don't.
I hit big once a season. I stopped betting the whole thing. So as soon as I hit a high number, I'm
done.
I'm done. I'm not even playing anymore.
Okay. So bet at your own risk.
So bet at your own risk. BG, you want to kick this thing off?
I am taking a wild game that you guys laughed at. Well, you laughed at me about when I said, you're like, whoa. I'm taking the Saints over the 49ers, and I'm taking the points.
Taking the Saints over the... What's the line there?
The Saints are +3. I'm getting +3 with the Saints.
Okay.
I like that bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
the
that.
The 49ers are dinged up.
Yeah.
Kittle's out. Purdy's hurt.
Right.
McCaffrey's McCaffin. The wide receiver's down. Somebody wants money.
Yeah, they don't have Juwan Jennings either, right?
Yeah, I just want to feel for the downfall of the 49ers. I want to laugh at the 49ers.
Listen, anytime the Red Cowboys suffer, okay, and have to eat their crow, it makes me smile, on the inside and on the outside. But do you really think the Saints are better than the Seahawks?
The 49ers?
NFC West, he was close.
Yeah.
No. Didn't they play the 49ers played the Seahawks and beat them?
Barely.
Barely. Okay, yeah.
Barely.
Sorry.
And they should have lost that game. Nobody ever wins in Seattle opening day. The crowd's so good. They lucked out. Their kicker missed a dude. Everybody's heard of it. I'm just hoping and wishing. I thought the Saints were going to go 0-17, but I'm going to give them a win here. And, shout out to our old coordinator who got the Super Bowl championship. So I'm going to give him one nod. I'm going to tip my hat to him this week.
I will say risky bets is a suggested name. That's not a bad one. Risky bets is not a bad one, considering the company provided said bets.
Honestly, it's better than the shit we're coming up with. So I'm going to put a little ass.
All right, I'll give you another risky one. I don't think it's that risky, to be honest with you. I'll take the Rams -5.5 over Tennessee. I like Cam Ward. I've said that I like Cam Ward. It's still early, and he's still learning. You saw that against the Broncos, a good defense. I think the Rams are a good defense. But I think the Rams are going to have the ability to put up points to cover that 5.5. So from my risky, not so risky, don't bet it, but I'd bet it if I were you. I would take the Rams -5.5 over Tennessee.
Cam Ward gets somebody to catch the ball, he's going to be dangerous.
I love Cam Ward. I really do. I like him more. I've said it.
You've been pounding the table
for months.
Yeah,
I will take Cam Ward over Caleb Williams all day. All day. and twice on Sunday.
I'm going right till tomorrow. I can't wait to watch this game. This is a very intriguing matchup, and there was a lot of them on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
But this one too, just for our own division and the NFC, our own conference, I'm going to go ahead and take the Packers at home, giving up 3.5 to Washington. I think that both teams look incredibly impressive in their first game of the season. But one was against the coordinatorless Detroit Lions, nevertheless, still very talented. And one was against what obviously I thought the New York Giants offense would be better. I thought their offensive line would be better. I thought their running game would be better. I thought Russ would be better. And I was proven completely wrong. That team is a blue dumpster over there.
I love the idea of the matchup of the game. I think I think that's where we learn who's who.
Yeah.
More than week one.
Right. Oh,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Because I can't take much from week one from either game.
Right.
It's so confusing.
That home crowd in Lambeau, especially with Micah going to have an additional game underneath his belt as a Green Bay Packer. I just look at those Packers and I'm like, man, so that's why they were all in. Oh, so that's why they were all in. You're not impressed yet.
No, Packers still
Not
don't
impressed
scare me.
yet?
They still don't scare me. Look, and that's not to say they won't have a run. That's not to say that they're not a good football team. It's not to say they won't rack up some wins. They don't scare me. They don't, and neither do Commanders.
So your cheap seats parlay, because I will be betting this.
Yeah.
I will 100% be betting this. Black Gritty, what is it one more time?
Saints +3.
Rams -5.5.
Green Bay Packers -3.5. Speaking of Micah Parsons and the Green Bay Packers, or better yet, like the news that was leaked curiously over all of that was that Howie was in on Micah Parsons
Oh, yeah.
for 2 first-round picks, a third and a fifth?
Yeah.
Huh.
No, this instantly, let me just cut in here so we don't long talk this. This will make you happy. I was absolutely wrong about that. I called BS on that the whole time. Like, there's no way. If Howie had it available, there's no way he's doing that trade. I was starch on that was just smoking because we're always in for everybody. And then it came out with we offered 2 firsts and other things, which means a player. They don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I was so wrong. I was upset with myself. I'm like, Howie, you think we can afford Micah and Carter's coming up? And
Yeah.
like, I'm like, you better win 2 Super Bowls in a row because you're going to be broke. I know Lori be spending that money, but I couldn't see the money from what they paid him and giving up the first. I was wrong. I just was like, oh, God,
I'm just as wrong because I sit here and I think that Howie's always picking up the phone, but I don't think Howie's the one trying to offer 2 firsts, a third, and a fifth. Right, because that's some serious capital, and that's exactly how he's built his team in the first place. I actually did give credit to Jerry Jones last week because I said, the guy got a Pro Bowler and 2 first-round picks. That's pretty solid. Bro, you had a chance to get 2 first-round picks, a third, and a fifth, but you didn't want to do it because you were trading it within the division. And that would have probably hurt the Eagles more because they wouldn't have been able to sign maybe a Coop or a Jalen. The Eagles would have been hamstrung at that point, unless Howie pulls a rabbit out of a hat, which obviously he's able to do. But I would have thought that would have hurt the Eagles long-term more than it would have helped them in the short term.
Right. And I'm glad you all are factoring the contract in because that was the whole point of this offseason, right? They prefaced the entire, before the new league year even kicked off, they were like, yeah, bro, like we got a lot of contracts coming up, and so we're going to this team's going to look a little different this year. We might not go on the spending spree that we did because, Big Jalen and, all those guys, they're going to need contracts too. But contract aside, just the compensation. I've been rolling around this for a while. Take the contract out of it. Take the numbers out of it. 2 firsts, a third, and a fifth. You doing that?
No. It's hard for me to take the contract out of it, though.
No, but if you take contract out of it, the deal's better. You take that deal,
yeah.
But you just don't want to send them down the street, which you send them to the Packers.
Down the street. I'm talking about the draft compensation. So in division, out of the equation.
Okay.
Contract out of
Are
the equation.
Are you talking about from an Eagles standpoint?
Eagles standpoint.
Then yes.
Yeah.
Eagles standpoint, because if I'm taking the contract out of it completely, you got to think about. You're not talking about a 10th overall pick and a 13th overall pick. You're talking about 20. Well, let's hope it's 32nd again. and then maybe, like in reality, late 20s, like early 30s. You're not talking about high-end premium draft picks. And those, I'm trying to think of when the last time, well, Nolan Smith is the last time they kind of hit on a guy at the back end of a first round. So, but you're getting a bona fide stud, and that's where you got to gauge. Do you want to roll the dice? Do you want the crapshoot, or do you want the bona fide stud? And that is so. I mean, it's tough. But to me, once you take that contract and put it back in the conversation, which I know you want to take it out, that's just that's the nail in the coffin.
I don't believe Micah Parsons at all. I can't stand Micah Parsons. There's something that we do in this league with certain players where they come out, he's LT, he's LT.
No.
Now what are they saying? He's Reggie White. Just because he puts on that green jersey, bro, can we stop? He is not Reggie White.
No.
Reggie White was what Carter is. Carter is Reggie Light.
Right.
He's moving 2 and 3 men at one time. And can I just say real quick, we talk about how we giving away people and not keeping people. You let the interior line go. Milton Williams goes up to the Patriots. Did you watch the game? He was getting pushed around. You know why? He's not Jalen Carter there. Who was the guy who we also let go? Sweat. I should have been Super Bowl MVP. Bro, I didn't notice you flashed on the screen at all.
Yeah.
You two benefited and got paid because that guy's a game wrecker. And Micah Parsons, he's a motorcycle. And it goes zooming by you, but like one stone in the road and he's toast.
So, but that's why I kind of look at it and say, would I have done it? Because you would have had Micah Parsons and Jalen Carter. And when you get both of those guys on the same line, okay, now hold on. That's fearsome, right? That's scary. And on the other side, we're talking about a Hunt or a Nolan Smith or whoever it is. So just from a, can I build the best possible roster? As much as I want to hate Micah Parsons, as much as I want to call him a liability in the run game, as much as I don't want to admit it, he is a Penn Stater, so I still have some love for him. And I did watch him in college when I was very non-biased about him. He's a really good player, and he would have made the Eagles' defense a hell of a lot better. But a lot of that is because what you say, he's got Jalen Carter, who is just going to eat up the entire interior and let him be that motorcycle on the outside.
Let me see him play in Lambeau Field when it's a brick outside.
You ain't wrong.
Then I'll see how
you
good
ain't
he
wrong.
is. I'll see how good
But
he
even
is.
so, they don't have a Jalen Carter there.
No.
So it's still a completely different recipe
But
than
they've got,
what it would have been.
But they've got a great defense there.
Sure.
They got a good young defense, and he's a game wrecker. I want to see him do well.
Sure.
When the frozen tundra is freezing upon him because he's playing in Jerry's world. They always look good at home. They rack up those numbers. Most of the sacks, you look at them, most of them coming home. I'm just saying.
You're not
worth
wrong.
it to me.
It gets cold in Happy Valley. It gets cold in Beaver Stadium. And he put up some numbers and looked really good in college.
This is where the question kind of comes from. Because when we were talking last week, like Micah Parsons trade, oh my God, well, those first round picks, they're not top 10 picks. The Packers are going to be pretty good. It's going to be in the 20s. So let me rephrase the question. Would you trade Jahad Campbell and Quinyon Mitchell for Micah Parsons?
No, and I wouldn't
Nobody
even
would.
hesitate.
Would you trade Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith for Micah Parsons? That's a no.
No, but different draft capital we're talking about.
Well, no, you're talking about but
Ninth overall pick.
Yeah, but I'll go back to the previous example. Quinyon Mitchell, 22nd. Jahad.
Yeah, that one I agree with. No.
And how he had to move picks anyway to move up to get.
Would you trade, and we're just going down two
Carter,
first-round picks at a clip,
He moved up.
Jordan Davis and Smitty, Slim Reaper. Would you trade him for Micah Parsons?
Look, go through the list. No, you're right.
Yeah,
The answer is no. Because we won a
but
Super Bowl.
yeah.
So I'd be an idiot to say
Yeah.
that.
Would you trade Jalen Reagor and Andre Dillard for Micah
Sign me
Parsons? I'd drive him to the airport. So that's like the mixed bag. That's why I toss it, kind of toss it. But when a guy absolutely comes down, to the contract, obviously that's a hard no.
Yeah.
That's a hard no.
It's $188 million.
Because it really goes against the entire messaging
Right?
of the offseason. But we did end up with Zadarius Smith. 9 sacks in 2024 with the Lions and the Browns, 10 sacks in 2022 with the Vikings, 33 years old. Wonder if a phone call was made to BG. Like, hey, buddy, like we know you just did the whole retirement thing. You were on the field pregame to hold up the Lombardi trophies, which by the way, the trophy ceremony, the banner drop,
Lackluster.
not as impressive as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
A little bit. But nevertheless, this guy, any thoughts on bringing in this guy? It's another one of the late signings of Howie Roseman.
Start with 3.
Sure. It's somebody for rotation. need a fresh blood, you need somebody elder statesman. It's fine. Just give BG a job as a coach. Just let him be out there be a support animal for Carter and all the young boys, because they kind of need it. Because nobody should have let Carter walk over there by himself. Like, that was the thing about that. Like, if N'Kobe Dean was on the field, that wouldn't have happened. N'Kobe, like, yo, bro, come here. Like, what are we doing? We got one of our guys that did on the field. Like, we're worried about that right now. We're not talking to them.
Yeah.
So, get somebody older in there with some gray in their hair. He's not going to come in and demand respect, but at least he'll have eyes on and try to help reel in some of the young guys and give them some of that love, some of that elder statement. We lost Slay. I'm not a mid-play Slay guy, but he is somebody who took the time to teach the youth. Yeah. He's not Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre and guys who's like, I'm not helping you out. You come to take my job. Like, he actually worked with young wide receivers, young cornerbacks, and you're missing that. You're missing Brandon Graham. You're missing a lot of that all at one time. So, really young team, get that guy in there. We're good to go.
Andrew, didn't the BG show, didn't that air or debut today on PHLY?
That did, yes, at 11 o'clock today.
Does it stream live? Is it when does it air? So the folks at home can know when they should be tuning in.
I believe it's at 11 a.m. I'm not sure if it's every day. I'm not sure if it's every day, but definitely Wednesday.
All right.
Yeah,
Unblocked by Brandon Graham.
What's that?
Unblocked by Brandon Graham.
Now, is that like a double entendre type deal? Because I get the unblocked from a football perspective. But wasn't he a big dude that blocked a lot of dudes on socials too?
BG went through his thing.
Right?
Yeah, BG went through it.
So I noticed that. That. Now he's in the socials. Like, now he's in that social media space.
Listen. There was a point in time where BG.
I see you. I see what you're
BG
doing.
was mad at my ass too.
Oh, yeah.
The thing about BG is he takes this. He's so invested, and he's so he has his heart and his soul in it. Mm-hmm. So when you say something that he takes it personally, and that's what kind of you want. You want your players. The number one complaint, and the reason why Donovan McNabb never really connected in the city is because he threw a pick beyond the sidelines and he's smiling. It was like, hate to lose. We don't feel good about this. Why do you feel good? But BG was so emotionally invested in that game that he went through his thing.
I hate to lose. I don't know. When Alec Boehm hates to lose, everyone calls him a crybaby and wants to kick him out of town. So it's kind of like that little balance of whether we like him or not. Then you can hate to lose.
Well, it's what he said that people don't like about him. It's not even that he hates.
Speaking of the Phillies and people,
was he wrong?
And people not like
it's what he said. It's not about being right or wrong. You can't say that.
Yeah, okay, you're right. Okay, that you're right.
Everything else he did after that, it's because of that.
Yeah, you're
has
right.
nothing to do with what you just said.
Okay.
That would have been fair.
Okay.
But he brought it on himself.
Okay.
The last thing too, the Dallas game when they had the rain delay, they're going into the tunnel, and Dak is smiling, and Jalen Hurts looked like somebody had kidnapped his dog. I'm like, this is your problem, Cowboys fans. This is your problem. Your quarterback's going in like he's got a play date and he's going to get to skip around for 20 minutes. My guy looks like he's about to rip a door off the hinge because like, why am I getting taken off the field? Like, just the attitude and the mentality. It's just insane.
Oh my God. Is Dak Prescott Dallas Donovan McNabb?
He might be. Hey, he said on the field, we suck. He talks about his players. Like,
think about this. This just hit me.
Well, okay,
is Dak Prescott Cowboys Donovan McNabb?
That's a good question. We'll ask the people tomorrow at 5.
How many touchdown passes did he have in the game? No. In the game against the Eagles Thursday, did he have any TD passes?
0.
They ran him in, right?
Yeah.
And I say that only to solidify the point that the quarterback that has the most touchdowns in the Eagles-Dallas rivalry is Donovan McNabb. And I want to say he has 25 or 26.
Okay.
Dak's right behind him. He's too short. So where you're saying, hey, is he the Donovan McNabb of Dallas? He's about to take over Donovan McNabb in that same light. Right?
Interesting.
Little nugget for you.
Yeah, little nugget for you. But before that that thought just kind of just popped in my head randomly. Mm-hmm. Real quick, just want your take on the because I'm a Phillies fan, but I'm not hanging on every pitch. Okay. The Phillies Karen thing.
Jesus. Bro, don't get me started. Look, and I will get started.
But go ahead and get started.
So twofold. A. Is she wrong? Like, first of all, I don't care where you're at, where you're sitting, home run ball, foul ball. It's up for grabs.
Right.
If it's not in your hand, it's up for grabs. So don't give me this nonsense that he came run over to get the ball. You didn't have it in your hands, Karen, right? That's first of all. Second of all, she ran over to start the deal, the issue, right? And everybody, rightfully so, is giving her grief for her tantrum and her antics. What homeboy did, and by homeboy I mean the dad, was, whatever, take the ball out of his son's glove, give it to the girl, de-escalate, walk away, right? Just go away. I have just as much of a problem with that, personally. For me, personally. Really? Yes, okay. 100%. That's your son.
Andrew agrees.
You are teaching your son that she can come over, create a scene, just create an absolute temper tantrum, and you're going to acquiesce to her. There's a way to de-escalate it. Let her go on her rant. Let her have her might all moment. And then all you got to do is say, cool, thanks. We're keeping the ball. Have a good day. You can still teach your son how to de-escalate in a mature way. See, this is how adults handle it. See how the immature woman wants to come over and throw a tantrum? Dad's mature. Dad's going to show you how to de-escalate while not giving away what's yours. I'm not going to let her win the situation because she's throwing up and getting loud. I just thought the whole thing, we should have been tipped off. By the way, we should have known the minute she went up and approached him, and he did that, we should have known. We should have known. I'm just telling you. Go ahead. That's my rant.
What do you think, Bree?
I don't really want to talk about this because it's really political.
How is it political?
In the case of this situation, me personally, I enjoy white-on-white crime. And it's something that's not discussed. Right? Something that's not discussed enough in this country when you just see Caucasian people wilding out over a baseball that means absolutely nothing. So the dad should have threw it on the field. Nobody gets the ball, son. I'm sorry. I want to give her the ball. That would have been my move. Because you're not going to not give her the ball. Because you
if
think
some woman tried to take the ball from your daughter, what would you have done?
First of all, she didn't put her hands on the kid.
Didn't say she did.
No, I'm saying, but you're saying take the ball from the kid. She didn't put her hands on the kid. So that would have been different. If she would have actually went and took the ball, then I'm doing. She went to the father. Now, as a father, have you not seen a Karen? She's not going to stop.
No, she's not going to stop.
It's not going to stop. So you're sitting there saying you want to de-escalate? You can't talk to crazy. She was crazy. You know what? It's my son's birthday. I'm not going to sit here for the next 7 minutes while you scream and berate. Take this ball, get out of my face. Yeah. She got booed out of existence. Again, me personally, I just threw the ball in the field. Nobody's getting the ball. That would have been my answer to it.
That would have been the most boss move. Because that would have been the boss move.
Because you think there's no way you could have talked her into stopping. She was insane.
Who has to talk to her? Why do you have to talk to her? Why do you have to give her
stop. They don't
Then let him go. Let him go.
Man, then the kid
let
starts
him
to
go.
feel uncomfortable.
Why do we acquiesce to everyone that wants to create a scene? We acquiesce and act like I now have to change how I want to be and how I want to raise my kid because you want to bring the crazy.
There's a larger lesson.
Bring the crazy. I got blinders on.
I know what you're thinking and I know what you're saying, but there's a larger lesson if you're a dad in all of this.
And your kid's standing right there, and she's on the level with your kid. You're behind him, like it.
My kid,
that's the exact reason I'm doing it, though.
My kid's not in danger. I'm not in danger. You're right. This lady's not going to, because you said no. She goes, oh, really?
There's no talking to her. She already did what she did.
No talking to her crazy. Here's the lesson that I would teach my son, and what really a lot of people need to understand. You are on camera.
Everywhere you go.
Everywhere you go.
19 different angles.
You are on camera.
Agreed.
I'm staring at it right now. I see I'm on camera. I'm voluntarily being on camera. You leave your house. You walk 100 feet, you were on cameras 5 different times. The guy who shot the friggin' CEO of United Healthcare was on camera. Yeah. And the one of the reasons he got caught is because he was flirting with a Starbucks chick and pulled his mask on because he was what? On camera. You walk by a ring cam, you are on camera. If you were an Amazon delivery, you are on camera all day. If you were on a city block, you were on camera. Everybody is on camera. Start acting like it because everyone's watching. So if I'm teaching my son something, I'm being like, this is how you de-escalate a situation. This is how you be the bigger person. And this is how you stay the F off of World Star. And this is how you not go viral. Watch this.
Watch what? Here?
No, the lady's going to go viral.
Yeah, I know. But in order to de-escalate, the answer is, hey, son, how old is he? Oh, let's just say he's what, 10, 12? I don't know how old he was. I'm guessing around that age,
He's
12.
8 to 12, sure.
Right, sure. Hey, you're at a baseball game. And we all know what that feeling is at a baseball game. Oh my God, I got
coming.
a baseball. No.
Yeah,
I got a baseball.
Yeah.
And then dad's going to be like, here. And just hand it because she's throwing a seam. Now, look, I'm not trying to say
he just handed it to
different
him.
situation. I know, he just handed it.
It'd be
Different
different if he
situation
caught
if
the
you're in the
ball.
parking lot or you're out. It's not within the confine. Like I'm saying, there's a time and a place, is what I'm saying.
Right.
This time in this place, I felt like it was okay to be like, let her rant. That's cool. You're still not getting the ball. Have a good day. That's the last I'll say about it. I just personally, I would have handled it differently. That's for me. It's not for everybody. I'm just telling you how I feel like I would have handled it if it was my kid.
So what you're saying is that Philly Karen is definitely not your woo player of the week.
Dude, she's not gonna make the list.
Neither's
Pops.
You want to walk us into that segment there, VG?
Yes, and again, for everybody watching, we are deeply worried and disturbed about this white-on-white crime in America, and we're going to do everything we can to help Philadelphia out of this situation. We got Santa Claus, now we got Philly Karen. Like, they're trying to put us in a hole, people, and we can't let this white-on-white crime bring us down. I'm just... Thoughts and prayers. Little opportunity, poke a joke. It's time for well, we don't have the graphic.
We don't?
No,
We do not have the
No,
graphic.
we don't. We got it.
I was trying to wink at Andrew to cue him up to put up a graphic.
We're all out of sync. So it's our woo player of the week, and then we have Ric Flair come in. It's like wah 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 wah, and then we do a thing. And then how woo player of the week works is
Reiterate the rules because we're going to break them.
One player on a team. You say that player, and you describe why they're your player of the week. Then the next person goes. And then the next person goes. And every week we're going to go out of order, and we don't tell each other who the woo player of the week is, because if you pick Jalen Carter and you pick Jalen Carter, depending on the order, you might get screwed. I might get screwed.
Yep.
But earlier,
So no cheating.
Captain
E-Rock.
Cheater over here
No cheating, E-Rock.
asking Captain Happy Face questions.
Oh, my God.
And he's just falling for it.
I just asked a question.
Yeah,
He gave me
cheating.
the answer. I didn't
Cheating.
cheat. I asked a question.
The rules are we don't talk about Woo Player of the Week until it's time for Woo Player of the Week.
I don't remember
so,
that rule.
E-Rock, you're starting off this week. Who is your Woo Player of the Week?
Woo!
Wow, he
Yeah, you
won.
didn't follow the
His
rules,
own-
man.
It's your own game.
Hey, look, I'm just
it's
saying.
your own game.
I pre-wooed, so sorry. Sorry, ladies.
Prematurely
That was
wooed.
Sorry,
that was
ladies.
premature
I
woo-elation.
apologize.
My woo player of the week is Jalen Hurts. For all of those people that say that Jalen Hurts doesn't win you a game, that Jalen Hurts needs a good roster around him, that Jalen Hurts needs elite talent, which he has. But Jalen Hurts is the reason why you won that game. It wasn't a pretty game. The defense seemed out of sync as soon as Jalen Carter left the game. The offense was centered around Saquon, and you see, I'm listing too many names. Jalen Hurts is my woo player of the week.
All right, for me, I'm going to go with Jalen Carter for the hot two. No, I'm just kidding. I will take a name that we pulled a number of times last year, and I felt like he came up big in week 1. 9 tackles, 6 solo, but most importantly, when Miles Sanders broke it down the sideline for what should be a surefire touchdown. When you got a running back blazing 50 yards down the sideline, and you got a linebacker on his heels, you had a 5-yard head start on him, and that linebacker, a.k.a. Zach Bond, chases you down to save a touchdown, which leads to a turnover. I'm going to say for those reasons, Zach Bond, you, my friend, are our woo player of the week.
And they both said more than one name.
No, I
You,
did
but you started
not.
off, you made it a joke, but you still said an extra name, right? Right?
So
We
now
say-
it's
we
the no
say-
fun woo player of the week.
We say
Okay.
one name.
What's your player?
One name. It is Kyle Schwarber. Shout out to you, Kyle Schwarber. 50 home runs.
Yeah.
And you beat the Mets. Oh, it looks like you're beating the Mets currently. And I swear I don't want to be one of those guys, but the Mets had to be cheating at home because they can't win on the road. So Kyle Schwarber, 50 home runs. I don't feel the same way I felt when Howard had 58. And I think it's because Howard was on first base.
You're talking about 2 players, bro.
Yeah, I am. Because you guys did. So I might as well,
rules.
I might as
Breaking
well do
rules.
it, right?
Breaking
might as well
rules.
do it. We're breaking the rules. I might as well do
You
it.
have to lead by example, my
No,
friend.
no, I don't. I'm going to follow the cheaters. I'm following. Y'all cheated, I'm cheating. I'm saying it in the second person.
Yeah, right.
So I say that to say, Howard's on the field. You can see his face mount all the time. Schwarber doesn't give me that feeling. I'm asking you about that because you watch baseball more than him. Schwarber's like an assassin. He comes out, he's hitting these home runs, he goes back in the tunnel. He's not playing left field, he's not playing anywhere. So I don't know if I feel the same way I felt back when the home run was going. Like, is that a feeling that you might have?
100%.
Because I don't want to sound negative about it. That's why I was saying it. Like, no, well, if it's just me,
it's a great point because we've had conversations. You're right. Not only do you not see the same maybe amount of emotion because you don't see him on both sides, but even as good of a season as Kyle Schwarber is having, it pales. I promise you, it pales in comparison to the seasons that Ryan Howard, especially 58
with
home run season.
With the overall numbers too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't want to. Again, I'm not trying to.
We
love Kyle Schwarber.
No, agreed.
That's why I just try to keep it to home runs because
yeah.
it's not the same. But I just meant even just the feel. Like when you see the guy out there on the field and he's hitting those home runs, and he come out and you see him smiling, like the energy. Like when Trey's playing well, that's the third player. When somebody else is playing well, you see him on the field, you get to see their faces, and it's just different. It just feels different.
He's very monotone. Yeah. Even in his interviews, he's very monotone.
But he's worth $300 million. We got to pay him because
he's getting it.
Lord knows.
He ain't going nowhere.
And those are Kyle Schwarber's my player of the week.
But I do think it's worth mentioning in the chat, the NATO Knight, my Woo Player of the Week, which he put in as an acronym, which I appreciate the fact that you did that. My son is his Woo Player of the Week. 1 sack, 3 pass breakups, and a 50 yards rushing. Yeah. That's a hell of a
two-way
game.
player.
Well
right
done.
There. That's a two-way player.
That's a two-way player. Way to go, NATO Knight.
That's Travis Hunter in the making right there.
I love it.
And shout out to who said Daniel Jones. Shout out to New York. You lost Daniel Jones. Now he looks like somebody. Sam Darnold's now played on 2 different teams and looks like somebody. New York Fields. Like it's so crazy how like these franchises can't get it together. But Fields did look good.
Bro, tell me more about the Giants because in one offseason they lose Saquon Barkley, who goes off to win a Super Bowl and be the #1 player ranked in the NFL.
Because they wanted to keep Daniel Jones.
And then they get rid of Daniel Jones, and Daniel Jones becomes the first quarterback in NFL history to score on every single drive of a game. Not even a kneel down. Every single drive,
scored on every single
drive led to either 3 or 6. Never been done before in the NFL until Daniel Jones opened up for the Indianapolis
You know what
Colts.
the most egregious part about all of that is? You can make an argument. You can try to sell me on the fact that, we had to let Saquon walk. We couldn't pay that amount of money to a running back, especially where we are in kind of our arc, It's not money well spent. You can try to convince me that Daniel Jones and blah 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 and all that. What you cannot convince me. The most egregious part about all that, they brought everybody back. The front office, the head coach, the front office, the general manager.
Dable's the only one I like there.
I don't even like him. I think his message is look at Neighbors yelling at him on the sideline. Right? And then that real weird, like, sort of like, hey, no, we're good for the cameras. And they were just like, nah,
see the dap that didn't dap?
Yeah, awkward.
To be fair, Neighbors is like Pickens. He's nobody's friend. Mm-hmm. He told you that in the draft. He told you that the first game. I want the ball. I'm open. Like, he's not anyone's friend.
Which I'm cool with.
Yeah, he's not. I've never seen him be nice. Like, you said Jalen Carter, you seen him be nice? I've never seen Neighbors where he's like, hey, buds, how you go? He's always turned up, always.
I'm cool. That's part of that Jalen Carter dog mentality, right? So I'm cool with players like that, especially I'm cool with wide receivers that want the ball, right? And it frustrates them when they don't get – look, I mean, we talk about it with A.J. Brown all the time. It's a guy in Malik Neighbors that believes he's a difference maker. Throw me the damn ball. What I don't like is the dap that doesn't dap. What I don't like is when he's got the Gatorade towel pulled over his head because that just sends a message, right, wrong, or indifferent, just sends a message to the rest of the guy that, okay, either that guy's checked out or that guy feels like he's on another level, even though he is on another level than the rest of us. It's just not, that ain't what you want. That ain't what you need right now. Although an absolute dog, and I'd take him on my team.
I know, he's an absolute dog, but they ended up with Diet Odell.
No doubt.
You know what I mean?
And he couldn't be on this team.
No.
He wouldn't be able to read a book. Not that he can't read.
We don't know.
Hold on.
We don't know.
What crime are we talking about? What crime are we talking about?
I don't want to meet neighbors in a dark alley. Yeah, hey, you the fool said I couldn't read.
Just give him the ball.
You know what I mean?
So we got a little bit of time left, and we haven't even touched.
Well, now we're on regular time, so we don't have a hard hour out. We can make Andrew work for an extra 10 minutes, just so
Okay.
You're not killing yourself, right?
So for an extra for an extra 15 minutes now, maybe we should, touch base on America's Game of the Week, the Super Bowl rematch, an absolute monster game for both of these franchises. The Kansas City Chiefs not looking great down in there in Brazil. The Philadelphia Eagles coming out with the dub, but got their question marks and concerns. Rematch of the Super Bowl in Arrowhead. BG, what are your thoughts? How did the Birds win this game?
So before I even say that, real quick, McCarthy sucks. The Vikings. Talk about the Bears. Caleb Williams sucks. McCarthy sucks. Anybody watching this?
Yep.
Did you watch that game?
Every minute.
They were glazing.
I did not, so tell me.
He couldn't complete a pass the first half. The Bears were already down to their third and fourth string corners. In the third quarter, the third string goes down. So now they're down to the fourth and a guy off the street, and he's whizzing all over the place. Justin Jefferson catches a touchdown. Just like, oh, McCarthy's come alive. He's a gamer. He's over there talking up his guys on the sideline. And I'm like, I understand it's a game and it's Monday Night Football, but like, when can people just actually call what they see in the game? He's thrown against the fourth and fifth guys.
Got to sell the headlines.
You're
I'm
just
right.
like, I can't wait to. I'm so excited. I can't wait to watch them play real football and get demolished. I apologize for saying that.
But also, the only person to actually do that and get away with it, being like, this is garbage, and I keep getting garbage, was Al Michaels on Thursday night on Prime. He was like, yeah, we're here again. This stinks. Sooner or later, one of these is going to be good.
Yeah.
But only Al Michaels could pull that off. Go ahead, Kansas City.
Kansas City. So, not a Super Bowl rematch. We're in a regular season. I'm going to tone that down a little bit because that's for the Chiefs fans. The Chiefs fans want the rematch.
Like it was for the Eagles fans last year.
Yes, exactly. When you're the loser, then it's a rematch. For me, it's just a regular Sunday, B. And we go walk in there and stomp the yard. I feel almost bad for Chiefs fans. They're so poor at trash talking, and it's just embarrassing for them because they cry. And they have nothing to cry about. When we lost the game, man, that penalty, the Chiefs always get the penalty calls. That's something legit that every fan base can join in and point to. Yeah, they beat us by 1 point. The toe was in, the toe was out, ref did this, ref did that. When we beat y'all, it was 40-6. I don't care what nobody say.
Decisive.
So it's a different ball game. And going in there, why do we have to keep going there after every Super Bowl? Why can't they come here? We're going to go out there, and it's going to be really bad for them. They were hoping and praying that Carter got suspended. They were hoping and praying. It's going to be a bad day for Kansas City Chiefs.
You talk about why's it got to be this way, why's it got to be that way. Here, you want some more nuggets?
Yeah,
I can drop some nuggets.
Nuggets.
So,
Nug me.
say what you and this is where I'm trying to figure out through week to week what I feel about this Eagles team because they have an uphill climb. Take that Dallas game away, which was a hard-fought win. Tough game, probably tougher than we thought it was going to be. Hard-fought game. Not including Dallas because they didn't make the playoffs last year. The Eagles face, for the first time in NFL history, 10 playoff opponents from the year prior, Chiefs being one of them. They're also the only team in NFL history, the only Super Bowl winning team in NFL history, not to have back-to-back home games. So I take this information in, and I'm trying to figure out, to your point, like, okay, what is that? How does that translate to the Chiefs? Because they just came off a tough game against Dallas. Now, obviously, can they rise up for the occasion? Chiefs have more to rise up for than the Eagles do because the Eagles don't have that vengeance there. But I look at them, and just like I said last year, I still feel like, even with what we saw week one, Eagles are the better football team. Yep. They're the deeper football team. They're the more talented football team. And I think a lot of what we saw in week one, you're not going to see in week two in terms of how the Cowboys went about attacking Jalen Hurts, how they went about attacking the offense. A lot of zone, wasn't much out there for A.J. Brown. They ran a lot of too high, didn't run a single play, I believe, out of a zone, didn't run man coverage once. And that's exactly what Kansas City does. So I think you're going to see things open up. It'll be a little more fluid for the offense.
So is that
and
why
Jalen Carter's back.
Is that why you were trying to take AJ over his 50-yard line?
That's why I'm taking it. Yeah. So one of the bets I wanted to make for all those who would like a risky bet, I wanted to take coming into it. I want to take AJ Brown in the over. Now, depending on the site you go to, he's 54.5 or 59.5, depending on the site. But I look at that and say over all day, because if they're going to go one-on-one, what's A.J. Brown good at? What does he thrive in? One-on-one coverage. And we've seen it before when I know he's got a hammy. I get it, right? And that could be absolutely a limiting factor for him. but we've seen it before. We saw it in Pittsburgh or against Pittsburgh last year. Coming off a week where, what's going on with AJ? Why aren't we targeting AJ? They are going to find a way to get AJ the football. For me, risky bet over 59.5.
Not to go 2-3, but I laugh again. I laugh at Jason all the time. He's right. I'm a horrible person. The reason I laughed at that was, one, because of the hamstring. Two, because it'd be hilarious to me if he does get off, because all I hear all the time is Spagnuolo is such a good defensive mind. If I just watched the zone take away all his wide receivers and you don't run that zone,
right,
then you need to get fired, bro.
Right.
Because the Eagles have your number. All we ever hear is Spag. He confuses Josh Allen. He breaks Lamar Jackson's brain. Jalen Hurts has his best games of his career and the biggest moments against Spags. Yeah. So when you said that, I'm thinking, yes, the hamstring, but I'm thinking also, you just saw what the Cowboys did. If you don't try to implement that in, and then I want to see what, what's our coordinator's name?
Which one?
Our offensive.
Fangio?
Patullo. I want to see what Patullo can do to counter that.
Yeah.
Because AJ had 0 separation routes. He didn't get away from anybody.
Right.
So is that the hamstring? Is that the routes being called? I just, when I laughed to you about that, it was like the hamstring, and man, if they let him get off like you're saying, then that's really embarrassing for the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm playing the odds. Right?
Yeah,
I mean, obviously, Spagnuolo's smart. He takes what Dallas did and runs it.
And not for nothing, he should.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, you've got to be dumb not to try to take advantage of what worked for the Cowboys, because their defense isn't injured. Now, their offense, they're screwed, but that's not my problem. I didn't tell you to play Speed Racer. I didn't tell you to have your crossing routes and, you know what I mean, have your tight end who's slow as dirt break. Travis Kelce needs to retire.
Oh, no, he got off. He got off in week 1. He found the end zone. Yeah, got a little rumble down the sideline.
All the Swifties went wild.
The trick play Andy Reid that he pulls out of his hat every once in a while to get a guy wide open in the corner for a 3, and he doesn't make a shot the whole rest of the game. Like, and he had the nerve to be doing the bull dance. Like, you're not in Spain, you're in Brazil, bro. Like, learn your meats.
What's your outlook? You like him?
I think we have a repeat and a not a repeat.
Okay.
We have a repeat on offense. Justin Herbert went 25 for 34, 318 yards, 3 touchdowns, right? So I don't think that Kansas City defense, who we've been used to being very good, I don't think that Kansas City defense is going to be the thing that's going to kind of uplift and be the silent hero while Patrick Mahomes takes all the glory. I think that they can get got. And I think on offense, you're going to see pretty much the similar thing that you saw in the Super Bowl, which is the ball getting spread around.
No Worthy. I don't know if Worthy's playing.
What's
separated his shoulder.
Oh, Worthy's out.
Well, they say he's day-to-day. He's going to wear a shoulder brace. But I agree. He's out. I say he's out.
The father of the Chiefs, Nick Wright, said he's out.
Oh, okay. So they don't have
Captain Chief.
Rashee Rice. They don't have Worthy. Who's their top wide receiver then?
They're calling some out the street. Like, they need...
With that, on offense, I see, okay, this is going to be the Jalen Hurts airing it out. Like, Saquon, you're going to have your role. They're going to hone in on you just like they did on the Super Bowl. But this is the time where we're going to spread the ball around.
Oh, you're saying the Eagles spread it around?
Eagles spread it around.
I thought you were saying Kansas City's going to spread it around.
No. Kansas City doesn't have anybody to spread it around, too.
That's what I was saying.
Offensively, I see the same thing. Saquon, you're going to have your role. You're going to demand so much attention. You might not break 75 yards. But every receiver, including A.J. Brown, which is exactly to your point why I would take the over on A.J., after last week's performance, which, hey, you can say, all right, we know AJ's got a hamstring. You know what we're going to do? It's going to be heavy Saquon. It's going to be a lot of Dallas. Short route, keep them chains moving, keep the Dallas offense off the field. You're going to see the same thing as you saw in the Super Bowl. What you're going to see on defense, they don't have their starting 2 wide receivers, right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And we got to him with 6 sacks without a blitz, right? Mm-hmm. Right? Blitz the shit out of them. Have them coming from every angle. You've got Bond and Campbell now as your linebackers. There were times where Campbell snuck out for a 5-man front. There were times blitz the shit out of this guy and make him like, okay, we made our point in the Super Bowl. Make his life miserable now because we've got even more rushing way. You know what? Let me get Cooper on a corner blitz. When's the last time you seen a good corner blitz?
Well, you might get him on an outside corner blitz. Like not even a slot corner. You might see him on the outside corner blitz.
Linebacker blitzes. Oh, yeah. Get Patrick Mahomes rattled because he's proven it time and time again, whether it's the Super Bowl against the Philadelphia Eagles or the Super Bowl against the Tampa Bay Bucks. You get in Mahomes' face and you get Kermit rattled. Oh, Miss Piggy. Oh, my God. he is going to have a long day.
Andrew, please text me tonight and make sure I get home safely.
Clip that.
Make sure that I'm okay. Just check on me.
Yeah. Why is that?
I'm mad at you too. A blitz for what? I'm trying to see something. Rush 4. I haven't seen Carter work. I'm trying to see what these replacements are. I'm trying to see what Jordan Davis does. Yeah. Don't blitz anybody. Yeah. Send 4. I'm
trying to win the game.
We're gonna win.
We won the game. But now's not the time to experiment. Like, if you can get away with it, do it. But if you can get away with it, do it.
What I'm saying is not experimental. Yeah. We just did it in the Super Bowl. What I'm saying is fundamentally keep doing what you're doing until they prove they can beat you. Run your 4. I want to see what they got, and then you put a blitz. But I also know that he's going to have to be running more than he usually is because he just has wide receivers. And if you don't think I want Cooper out there or Campbell out there floating, waiting to knock his brakes out, don't give him the chance to do that Mahomes spin out of the pocket, get called for a hold. No, you rush your 4 because really you're rushing 5 because Carter's taking a double team. Live your life and let one of them dudes float. When he did that sideline thing that he does, he's the only quarterback that gets away with it. Running along the sideline, stopping, and then blowing up a defender, stood over him. We got a penalty for that. Stand over and flex on him. No. Campbell, again, let these dogs off the leash. Cooper, if you see him 2 feet from the sideline and he is still upright, light him up. Don't blitz nobody. I want to spy on that guy because he's going to be running for his life, and I want to see him get lit up. Oh, my God. Don't blitz him. I just want to see him doing all that stupid Mahomes stuff, trying to make a little play and get decleated. Oh, God. I can't. I'm so excited. I got the Chiefs.
There it is.
Yeah, Gritty's back.
Yeah, it only took us
I'd be remiss.
6 minutes into the 8 o'clock hour.
You said I want to see.
I see you.
You said I want to see what these guys can do, right? Yeah. And I agree. So I'd be remiss if I didn't say this. Probably should have been my Woo Player of the Week. Wasn't. I'm surprised none of us mentioned it. Because when we didn't have Jalen Carter and we did want to see, now granted, no sacks last week. And we expect that to change with Jalen Carter in the lineup. But what we were able to see, and now I'm even more excited to see what it means with Jalen Carter on the field, is Jordan Davis stepped up last week.
Yeah, he did.
Jordan Davis, you saw him, whether he was getting pressure on the quarterback,
he did.
batting down passes. He just seemed, of all the defensive linemen, like he was the invested one. He was the number you kept hearing. He was the jersey you kept seeing. So if I can get that Jordan Davis paired up with our Jalen Carter, like that, okay, to his point now, yeah, hold on. Let me see that. Let me see that 4 go. And then if we want to spice it up and we want to blitz down the line, fine. But I want to find out how this 4 goes. Give me a motivated Jordan Davis and the badass that Jalen Carter is. Show me that.
I'll let you have it in the second half, Jimmy Johnson. Want to throw everything with the kitchen sink at him. Let's throw everything at these guys and kill them. I really just don't think that we need to do it. And also,
I just want him buried.
We're going to bury him. And you know what I'm waiting for? I'm waiting for, Joey Jackson isn't that bad. Yeah, you know why he's not that bad? Because, you know why he's not?
I get it.
No.
He stinks.
Jackson, our cornerbacks.
Okay, yeah.
Our cornerbacks are going to look phenomenal in this game because, again, people do what I said they do. They say, oh, he looked great. You know why he looked great? Because Carter's in the backfield in 2.3 seconds. You know why he looks great? Because Worthy's out, the trash man's out, and Kelsey's like 90 years old. So they're going to look, our secondary is going to look phenomenal this week. Wait till you see the Philadelphia Eagles secondary. Why isn't Howie signing people?
They cleaned that problem up, didn't they?
Yeah, right.
No.
But that's going to be the conversation.
I know.
Because you look at it on tape, it's going to look. We are going to dismantle them, and it's going to be so good. And I don't feel bad one iota because, again, what I talked about earlier, when the 49ers came in here and they punked the Eagles, they really did. Now, injuries came about, and it was like they broke Philadelphia. And everybody else came to Philadelphia trying to be the 49ers. The Eagles embarrassed those guys. The Chargers never play like that against the Kansas City Chiefs. They went out there and they took that game. And I want everybody else to go out there and take a piece and take a piece and take a piece. Because, Andy Reid, you don't deserve all of this. You didn't give me none of that shit. You're done. You've had your little run. Take a year off, Andy Reid. I'm tired of hearing about Big Red, getting to the AFC Championship, making it to a Super Bowl, when I didn't get to hoist no ring. And to your point, the opening ceremonies are always boring. We just never watch them. Because I did tell you I watched the Chiefs one, and it was just as blasé as ours. They're always like that. It's more about the nostalgia and crying because you know that you're better than everybody else. for one last day until the next season starts.
Can I give you a gripe on the presentation? You were there. I don't know if you caught it. Were you there?
No.
So when you watch it on TV at the Super Bowl, what was unique about the Super Bowl that Bradley Cooper did? Does anyone remember?
He announced the guys coming in.
Your EA. They did the same damn thing.
With Rob McElhenney.
Same damn thing.
Which, by the way...
And I watched it go, no. You can't do that. You can't do that, Brad. That's Bradley Cooper. You can't do that.
You know what?
I had a problem with
They shout out to Philly Sports Trips because their tailgate, they had Glenn Howard and the McElhenney. Like, I'm a big always
so
sunny
you're
guy.
emotionally connected to this.
Yeah,
right now.
so now I'm like, starstruck. I'm talking to Dave O. I'm like, you think
Yeah.
it'd be cool with a picture? He's like, just,
Yeah.
they're just,
Oh, wow.
First one.
You know what? That's why I talk about that white on white crime. Bradley Cooper versus Bradley
Andrew,
Cooper
did you
versus
catch that?
I
Bradley
brought it
Cooper.
out.
I mean,
I
I'm just
brought it
saying,
out.
you guys-
Catch what?
I did it.
Guess what?
I did
Good
it.
answer.
Okay. All right.
I didn't hear anything.
Brady, before
He tried to
anything...
bring Bradley Cooper into it. They can't do that. That's a white on white crime, boys. Got you riled up. I'm just saying. Wow.
All right, so you
Wow,
can't. You can't
we should have
speak how
did that
you really
on the
feel.
bet. We should have did that on the prediction. Who's going to be
Who's
the
going to be
one?
first?
I would have. It would have not been me.
Get you with the swear jar.
You would have been.
It was me last year.
Yeah, you probably would have been like a.
Especially, like I said, when we
Minus
lose, you get
$3
really
grand.
gremlin-y. You get all,
I get gremlin-y.
yeah. Because we're talking about you
I've
being
never
happy
been
and
described.
smiley.
Yeah.
So,
Well, people have asked you and accused me of
Yeah.
not being a happy,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
being fake happy.
yeah. So, like,
Oh, yeah, that's true.
what is it? The gizmo and the gremlins, like the gremlins get water on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like that. Like you're all fuzzy and happy and big-eyed, and you put water on, you turn into a gremlin. That's you. We lose, you turn
Don't
into
be
a gremlin.
laughing in the chat. Don't
I
be
know.
laughing in
It's
the
funny
chat.
because it's true.
All right. On that note, Black Gritty, bring us home.
Oh wait, got a score prediction?
Oh wow.
Effing a lot to a little.
Cool. I'll just no. I 27-18. That's pulling that right out of the old b-hole.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were done.
No, yeah.
Birds by 14. I don't know what the score's going to be, but winning by at least 2 touchdowns, bare minimum. Because I feel like our coach is going to do something I won't like. He'll reel it in when we're killing him.
All right.
He's nice.
27,
What is it, 2.5?
27-20, just because I was in
What are they
27-20.
favored
on
by?
the spot.
Is it 1.5?
Yeah.
1.5 in our favor.
Yeah.
Oh, it is our favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I appreciate that. Only 1.5. That's so crazy. You don't have your 2 starting wide receivers, and you only got 1.5. Anyway.
NFL
thank
loves
you,
the Chiefs.
Right?
Thank you for joining PHLY Cheap Seats. You can go find us at PHLYCheapseats.com. Like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friend to tell a friend. Because live from the Xfinity Studios, we're going home.
Go Birds!
Caw-caw.
We all silly like the mayor.